Oh, hello. You in a band? You're sitting there right now thinking to yourself, this show is awesome. I want to be on it. Well, you can be. All you need to do is go to our Facebook page at www.ct.com/Facebook and submit a link to your band. Or you can do it the old-fashioned way. Send us some snail mail to Chip's Unnamed Local Band Show, 285 Broad Street, Hartford, Connecticut, 06115. If we don't get back to you right away, though, don't worry. We're very, very busy.
Go fish!
Connecticut, what's going on? We are down here at the Podunk Bluegrass Festival, one of the biggest and best music festivals anywhere in New England. In its 15th year, it brings together national, local, and regional bluegrass acts. And I'm standing here with a couple local acts. This is Katie Wilson, this is Dick Neal. They're in a band together. Let's talk about that. Guys, what's going on?
Not much. We're having a great time here at Podunk, that's for sure.
That's a good question. Let's start with that. Why Podunk?
It's Connecticut, and we're from Connecticut. So this is Connecticut's Bluegrass Festival, and this is, where we decided to be,
It's just a great weekend. You just can't beat it.
So, Katie, let's talk about the band real quick, because you guys are not what I would call traditional bluegrass.
That's true.
Very true. So how do the traditional bluegrass folks welcome you guys on stages like this?
It's interesting because I think basically the whole beauty of bluegrass music is that it's American roots music, and we incorporate a little bit of blues and a little bit of these other elements which are present in the music regardless. It's just we're not so hardcore, like straight up bluegrass. So for something like this, we definitely have turned our set to be a little bit more accommodating to the bluegrass audience. But, we can't help what we've grown up listening to and other bands that we played in and all that other stuff that just is an inevitable influence on the music. So, yeah.
From Connecticut, originally, you mentioned that.
Yeah.
How does a Connecticut girl start playing hillbilly music?
And
I mean that with all due respect.
Yeah. Well, my dad was into it when I was really little, so there was already that programming to be a little bit more intuitive for that. But I lived in Alabama for a few years, and I traveled across the country and did a lot of. I wasn't really into the music so much back then, but it was more of just the lifestyle and the elements of Southern ways and just kind of basic humanity. Like that's the beauty about this music. The subject and what we're dealing with is real stuff, and I think that especially in southern places that are a little bit more out of this crazy Northeast, New York kind of hustle and bustle, you kind of have a little bit more of those values. I don't know, the bluegrass community is a really warm and personable community. A friend of mine was saying last night that there are no strangers in bluegrass. And that's really the truth. Everybody that you meet they're already at an accessible place when you talk and when you interact. It's a real spot. It's not this whole facade of my life and my job and my all my things and my car and so it's refreshing.
We have found that out in our time here at Podunk. Lots of good people, lots of friendly people, and as I've been saying always, people go out, take a musical sabbatical to the South. It'll do you good. Right now we're going to go check out Katie Wilson and the two-time string band on stage at the Podunk Bluegrass Festival. Check it out.
1, 2, 3, 1.
Pure That's what they say.
If you missed Katie Wilson, the two-time string band at this year's Podunk Bluegrass Festival, don't worry. She'll be back on the main stage for next year's fest. But until then, check out these upcoming CHIP-approved shows. Stay tuned, because coming up after the break, we're going to take it down to New Haven to the studio/living room of indie rock band Ponybird.